Hello and welcome. I'm Peasant, and I'm going to be taking on Prussia 3 River today. So let's get right into it. I have looked at this map a little bit before starting recording. We've got the Mountain Explore here. Um, with River, I like to have a kind of a coastal death zone, as well as a kind of inland death zone. So what I'm thinking, but having looked at this for a little bit, is to push these guys into here so that they avoid the ravage cycle, and then they can slap them all here with tier 3 of my innate eventually. So yeah, so in order to get there I need to obviously survive that far, and I'm going to be washing away and bountying to trigger my tier 1 innate to get this push, and then I'm hopefully going to just push everyone over here. That's the dream. So in order to do that I'm going to have to be placing some presents. This already is a sacred site because I'm river, and that's kind of how I roll. And I think I'm actually not gonna. I'm just gonna make a sacred site in here rather than getting involved in this wetland here, because this wetland is probably going to be a bit congested, shall we say? So unlikely to be able to defend in there. So we'll go first off with River's Bounty and Wash, so we get our innate. And there we go. So of course, Wash Away is an amazing card, pushing 3 towns. That's no joke. So I'm gonna. Now I realise that my plan doesn't work perfectly. Actually, it works okay. I can leave an explorer in each of these areas to get murdered by the Dahan on the counterattack. So I'm not going to push this explorer as well because there's no Dahan in there. Just ignore me on that one. Just ignore me there. And River's Bounty. So I probably should have thought about this a little bit. We've got jungle business. So there's going to be a build, and then so I could retreat these guys out into this area. I should have thought about this when I was placing my presents as well. I should have been thinking about the bounty. And I want to leave this guy here because they are about to do something. These guys are not doing much over here, so I might just bounty and bring them over. I mean, I could retreat this guy. I mean, I'm unlikely to have a defense card in time. And I can next time probably going to flash floods to destroy this town, so there's no city build there. Yeah, okay. So let's centralize these guys. Probably doesn't matter too much. We'll see. We'll see if it does. So I'm going to have 2 energy this turn. So if I keep on charging down this bottom track, get to the lovely 3 and reclaim 1. River has got such a nice game plan, and I'm going to be reclaiming River's Bounty. Because I can't afford Wash Away and still Flash Floods. So it might be worth thinking about where I put my Dahan this time round. You could drag some Dahan into there, because we are going to be reclaiming and gaining a card next turn. And it might be a useful defend card, or we might just be dooming them. But that's okay, we've got lots of presents. We can doom a few Dahan. They love it. Well, they don't really love it. So yeah, let's just stick one in there, and so, let's just make a sacred site in there. Why not? Why not? So we can play all 3 of these now, and we've actually got tier 2 of our innate, and this is, I always forget this tier exists. Yeah. So very much, this is a great spirit for when you're starting the game, because it's got a very natural game plan. I struggle with this spirit at higher difficulties because it doesn't fit into my plan. But this difficulty, it's okay. Alright, so the next time we're going to have a 6 Ravage in here. So if I bring 2 in here, make 3, they will all die in there. That's not so great. But I do have massive flooding, so actually I could destroy a town, push, and then it would be like a bloody, what I call a bloody, like you're solving the problem of that tile, but in quite a bloody way. Or I can just actually save this tile altogether. So I've just thrown away a presence there, but that's okay. What I think I'll do actually is push these guys into here. I should think about this sand and mountain build. This is actually kind of scary. I don't want both of these to ravage because it's good to have a not blighted island. As River, you're not too worried about running out of presents. I'd say is a that's a bland generalization for you. Start your day off with a bland generalization. So yeah, I think I am going to make a bloody counterattack in here. It might not be the best move, but it's my move, and I'm doing it. So we will massive flood in here. So we'll do 2 damage. Kill that town. Push this guy somewhere. Don't think that's too much. Let's push them into there. And it would be good. I mean, this might have been a good thing to have as a kind of kill zone, an inland kill zone. But okay, we're out of cards. So I mean, what we could do actually is use our reclaim 1 and keep pressing on. Is that actually viable? We've got 2 ravages here. It would be nice to defend in here or in here. That would be nice. None of these cards will actually do that for me. Actually, that's a lie. I could actually go with using flash floods to destroy this town because it's on the coast. It does 2 damage instead of 1, and that would mean I keep my island healthy for an extra round. And it also means that I could be charging down this power track. I could even gain a power card. I could get the best of both worlds by gaining a power card here instead of reclaiming. And having 4 actions, that's what you need to trigger this amazing innate that destroys everything. So reclaiming this turn is not ideal because you've only got the 3 actions, you're not going to be able to do this. So maybe I do this. It is nice to trigger these early. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to look at my card first. And because your hand of starting cards is so useful, you generally don't want to start off with a major with the spirit. In my experience, this has ideal icons. It even solves this problem, so that's probably what I'm going to go for. You see, you got this sun, water, mountain. So I think that's what we're going to go for here. Big fan of Gift of Power, especially with this spirit. You get so many actions, but actually, that's a point. That's a point. Okay, let's think about next turn. Because the thing is that actually, yeah, this solves a potential problem next turn after this Prussia. Prussia-inspired level 3 card that's sneaking in there. So, because what it means is next turn I can place a couple of presents, and then Encompassing Ward will just solve that problem, while still being icon appropriate. So yeah, we definitely want that. So am I going to be able to smash the coast next turn? I basically need 3 energy to use all my start cards, which is it's a pretty good deal. So I don't need to go from this track. So yeah, I will allow the possibility. So thinking about next turn's Encompassing Ward, not this turn's obviously, because I'm actually going to place a presence in one of these areas here. So let's put it in this sand here, and we'll reclaim something useful. So we want to make sure that we have enough energy next turn. So it's going to be a boon or River's Bounty. I think generally you want to use Bounty, because having extra Dahan about is pretty marvellous. They're great guys. So, yeah, we'll go with those 2. And the fact this is icon appropriate, it's just kind of the icing on the cake. It's the the gravy on the dumplings. In fact, what might have been better is to prevent this here. But the counterattack is fine. It's not ideal. Yeah, we're going to be losing a Blight early, but it's okay. It's not. I don't think it's a problem. Gonna lose a Dahan, but we got extras. Keep just breeding them. It's gonna be fine. Famous last words. Alright, so Prussia is adding a town. So we're gonna probably want to put it in a wetland or in a mountain. We've got a push to think about as well. So we're probably gonna push into our kill zone here. So that's our push. Though I realise that this is an awkward area here. This land here is actually awkward as well. You don't really want this to blight because it's got so few adjacencies. Let's stick the Prussia one in here, shall we? Yeah, let's stick it in there. Okay, so we've got a River's Bounty. So what we can do is we can make this one of these Ravages into a... Oh, damn it, there's 4 in there as well. Okay, I think I'm going to push this town because we don't really want more blight coming down than we need. So I think I'm going to push this town out of here into our fun land. And then I think we want to bring some Dahan somewhere to kind of counterattack. This counterattack obviously will kill a town and get us some fear, which is nice. But clearing out this area does also have some value. Yeah, especially as it's going to have a future ravage as well. So it definitely wants to be one of these sands. Yeah, let's do this because we could rescue this guy. If wetland comes up, this guy's kind of in trouble. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so now we should be in a good position to reclaim, but we've also got this ravage to think about. Oh, okay, so we've got 4 damage in here. We could just be losing a load of presence this turn. This guy, this blighter here. We could just charge ahead and smash these and hope for useful fear cards. Because, yeah, I think that's the way to go. I just realised, yeah, we should be able to afford Encompassing Ward instead of something else here. But we are looking at a fair number of blight going down. So it could even be worth just going with adding the presence to prevent blight in this area here, gaining a power card, and then next turn we've got sand issues. Sand issues, always the sand issues, but I don't like that much. I kind of want to get with the smashing. So yeah, it might be a bit sloppy, but I think it's what to go with. And yeah, we like minor powers. We're getting into a few too many reclaims early here, which is not generally what you want. Constancy is one of my favourite minors in base, so I probably will pick that up, just, you know. Elemental Boon is amazing with multi-spirits. With 1 spirit, it's sometimes okay. We do actually have Drift Down Slumber is kind of good, but I think we're going for this tier 4 of our innate. So we'll need all of our cards that actually have water on. None of these do, apart from that. Obviously, Elemental Boon has whatever I want. So we could actually think about delaying a turn, especially as there's no rush on here, and having a somewhat defensive turn, looking to use tier 3 next turn. So the way we'd have that is we've got to reclaim next turn. We've got 1 extra icon appropriate card, so we could just get a utility card this turn, like Constancy actually, and just try and defend usefully here this turn. Actually, that does feel like a reasonable way to live my life. Yeah, and then go with the big smash this turn. The big smash. Yeah, there's going to be... yeah, let's delay the big smash for the sake of the island being a little bit more pretty. Yeah, so I think we're going to go with... we can slumber in here, but I mean, that does just solve that problem. Encompassing Ward unfortunately doesn't solve a problem because this is 4 attack and this is only going to give me 2 defense. Yeah, we can take this, I think. We're actually not, you know, considering I'd be delaying my big smash, it's not actually achieving that much. The nice thing about delaying the smash is I can also get up to I can also be thinking next turn about actually progressing down these tracks. Because if we use all 4 cards, we're pretty much forced to reclaim at that point. So I think... I mean, I can use... It's very expensive, but I can use Flash Floods in here to destroy one of these and then use Ward. But then I won't have the energy next turn. Unless I go with Constancy. I think I'm going to go with Constancy. I mean, I was probably going to go with Constancy always, because I love Constancy. It's the best card in the game. It's not the best card in the game, but I like it. Okay, so our Ward is going to take care of here and here with the help of our Flash Floods. And we need to think about having our start hand next turn. So currently Currently, we'd be reclaiming flash floods, and as we've got constantly, we can actually get another one as well. Okay, should be fine. Let's go with something that gives us energy rather than. But wash away is also pretty nice. Let's yeah, I think we go with River's Bounty again. Just can't resist it. We should actually be pretty good on here. Yeah, we've got another tier. Lovely stuff. Okay, so of course we're constant seeing on ourselves, and we're encompassing ward on ourselves. And I'm going to do a very expensive way of destroying a dude, but it's what we have. Oh, look at that. Belief takes root. Come on. Fear cards are trolling me now. We have a blighted island. That's fine. We love a bit of blight. Okay, this is okay. This is fine. Okay, so we have next turn we're going to smash these. We've got a sand ravage next turn, so let's try and not actually a lot we can do about that. We can kind of make it so it's not such a problem next turn. In fact, if we're using encompassing ward next turn, all we need to do is yeah, we can, if we destroy this town, push this lad out somewhere. Let's push him into this area where no one is, and we can even make it so that our encompassing ward next turn actually kills on the return. So we'll do this. We'll bring these lads over. Okay. Alright, so we do get to reclaim a card, and we're going to get to reclaim a card anyway. So we definitely want ward. And we are going to get a card anyway. So we could place 2 presents and get some energy. It's quite straightforward. Or we could gain a power card, probably again a minor, and then also get that 5th action. I think both are pretty good. We're looking to reclaim flash floods here because it'll do the extra damage to the city, which means we clear this land. So we could go with either, but we have got a blighted island now, so there's a bit more pressure to put presence on the old Maparuni. I think gaining a power card's good because otherwise we're going to want to be reclaiming way more than we want to. I think that's good. I know it's more fun to get powers. All right, let's see what we've got here. So, icon appropriate generally means that we like water on our tiles, but actually we're okay for our icons, and we've up to 5 actions now, so we can be a bit more flexible. Sap is just pretty useful though, especially as we are able to move our Dahan around and create Dahan. Let's have a look at this map. So we're going to have a Ravage this turn, which is taken care of, and the next turn we've got builds on the coast. We're going to smash this turn. We can wash these guys in here and smash them too. This area does need some help. So we could think about that. I think Sap is probably just the way to go here. It's a good card. I mean, but Root Bite is a weird card. They very rarely feel useful. But with River, they might actually be useful. Yeah, this is going to be cleared. They're going to build a city here. So it's a 7 attack. So Sap isn't enough on its own. But actually, Root Biters will take it down a good chunk because it'll push this town out. And then it'll be a 5. Yeah, I think I go Root Biters here. Unusually, it'll feel fun to use a card I never ever use. Right, so we need to be thinking about our ward with our presence placement here. It's all gone a bit spatial. So we've got the city build, and then if we push these with Wash Away, then actually the ward will defend this space next turn. Yeah, and obviously because we're going to go for tier 3 of our innate, we won't get the free pushing that we've become used to. We've become accustomed. And now, hopefully, we have the right icons with just by playing everything. Look at this, effortless. So we've got tier 3, okay. Hopefully it's all going to be good. So we've got our boon figure, lovely. And the one problem with this is that actually they're going to build a city here and it's not going to get killed by our big attack. That's just, it's just sometimes how it is. Because this flash flood happens in the fast phase. and there's going to be a build in the slow phase, so it's not going to be quite the pretty destruction I was hoping for. Okay, so we do have a downward spiral. See, we want to make sure we don't destroy that. This presence over here is doing nothing, so we'll get rid of that. Okay. Okay, so Prussia, adding towns. So we probably want to put it in a not mountain. Let's put it in with these guys. Right, so we've got hopefully time for the big smash. So something to bear in mind is I actually don't have to use this here, but obviously this is going to be a difficult town to deal with any other way. So I already am going to deal with it that way. So we've got lots of pushing we can do. So we can push everyone out of there. We kind of need to push everyone out of there because this is already blighted. And it's probably going to be a reclaim turn, so I'm not going to be able to put any more presence in there. So I think, and then we can gnaw in here. Yeah, I don't think there's actually much difference. At least I can clear this land by doing it this way. So we'll wash these guys into here. Get in there, you scrubs. And then we can gnaw. We can gnaw this guy in there. And we can really slap this. And it's a shame this city is going to survive, but you know, you can't have everything. Okay, so we're almost certainly a reclaim here. We've got yeah, this is not ideal. And now we'll be like, yeah, that defense card that I spurned would have been pretty good here. We are going to gain a power card, and as we're pretty low on energy, it's going to be a minor. We've still got pretty good odds of drawing a useful defend card here. So we've got so it's a 6 attack there. So we can add defend 2. Well, that solves that problem, which is nice. And we could even, you know, we can augment with by using our flash floods. We've only got 4 energy though, so if we flash floods here, we can take out 2 explorers, leaving 4 attack. So we'd want at least 3 defense. This would do it, and it's fear, but it's off brand, and it's also restricted to mountains and jungles. But getting a bit of fear going is not going to hurt. So where are we with energy? It would be good to use our innate this turn as well. We don't actually have another big built up land. There's going to be a build in here. Well, one of these is going to be pretty built up. Shame we don't have any Dahan in here. So it's tempting to go with this because it is kind of off-brand. You can even use it to prevent builds with this gather effect, which is pretty nice. Yes, I think I am going to do that because it solves this problem as well. We're doing okay for energy, so we want to entrance in here to protect in there. And actually, because we don't have a big built-up area, we're just as happy with this effect, I think. Okay, so we're going to defend in there with that. There's already defense 2 in that, so we've got 4 to think of in there. So I think we can go with... No, we can't. That doesn't solve that problem. Can we solve that problem with these miners? We could... There is no town to gather out of there, so... I mean, if we hit it with... if we hit that space with Flash Floods and Lure of the Unknown, then we could actually solve that if we're also using Encompassing Ward. That feels like a lot of effort, but it is a Blight Overflow in a very awkward place. It's a shame that we can't clear it, though. Yeah, we've got no fast Dahan movement. But then this area isn't dealt with. Obviously, much more at stake in here. Yeah, actually, I think we go Dark Entangled, because at least we're making some progress on our fear track with that. You know, gotta love having a little bit of progress in your life. So that's going to be defend 5 in there, and then this is going to blight, but that's okay. This is more important to defend. And then what else are we doing? There's a building here, which I don't like. It would be good to smash one of these tiles this turn. That would be great, wouldn't it? So in order to do that, we need to just go with our starting cards for the most part. So wash away, bounty. Where are we up to? I need another sun, a water. I mean, it would be good to use constancy, but then I'd have to undo my minor choice again. I'm not going to do that. The good thing about going with constancy is at least it means I don't need to actually reclaim next turn. But I think I am forced. My hand is forced. Okay. Alright, so we're going to Dark Entanglement there, getting ourselves a third fear card. Now, when you get this many fear cards, that often, they're going to do something useful, right? Right? They must do something useful. Let's get rid of that. Okay, we've got some defense with our huts. Yeah, great. Each player chooses different land with huts. Invaders take a damage there. Well, that's marvellous. Let's just get rid of that explorer. Oh, this is a good one. Scapegoats is pretty handy. Okay, so Prussia is exploring. So as this is a horrible land. We don't want anyone in there, so I'm going to put it up here. Our town's everywhere. Okay, so we do have the highest tier of our innate. We've got we need to be hitting one of these areas here, so we can clear out everything but the city. So what do we? I mean, obviously, if we wash away from the other one, then that's good because that will mean that the other one is a bit easier to defend next turn, as they're both already blighted. We kind of need to work. We need to make sure that happens. So let's because obviously we can bounty into here. And so the reason I'm doing that first is just so that I don't confuse myself. So we're going to defend this next turn with a counterattack. And then we can push these lads into here. And then we can smash this one. So it's a shame it doesn't kill that city, but you can't have everything. That's the trouble with not incorporating flash floods in. So we've got 2 ravages here that can be defended if we just use our encompassing ward. So we'll reclaim that and have a kind of a building turn. The game is fast approaching an end. See, River is a great, it has a great simple game plan, but it doesn't exactly play itself. I mean, probably if you've played a million games, it might feel like it does, but if you are a bit a simple person like me, yeah, I think we're going to go with gaining a power card here. We're going to keep it minor. We could maybe think about switching to mages, but okay, Uncanny Melting. This is actually just what the doctor ordered. If the doctor was into prescribing minor powers, because it's going to help us with our blight removal. It's got nice icons for us. It's got the yellow and the blue. We like Dahan Ways. We're not very moony though. We don't have a lot of moons kicking around. The only thing is on Dark Entangled, which is not really our ideal card to be playing. So I think this is going to be what I go with. Fast Phase Gather of Dahan is pretty nice. We're going to go with that. And we've got to add a presence into here so that I can use this encompassing ward. I think I can just play all of these, pretty much guaranteed that they're going to be useful. We don't have our top tier on our innate, but that's fine. I mean, is there any good reason to not play Flash Floods? It's our most expensive card. We might want to not play Flash Floods. There's going to be a Ravage there that's going to be built here. Actually, no, Flash Floods is pretty useful this turn because we can take out the town that's going to be... No, we can't. We can take out the Explorer, so there's no town built. So that's a worthwhile thing to do with our time. Okay, so we're spiraling. So we want to make sure we don't destroy this stuff here that we need. So we'll get rid of that. And we have Ravage there. Lovely stuff. Okay, jungle and wetlands, huh? So the nice thing with these Prussia, these kind of, well, I call them Prussias, but actually this is just a level 3, is that when you've got them next to each other, if you can deal with the Ravage, you effectively, by having Dahan counterattacking, you've basically dealt with the build as well. Okay, so we've got some Uncanny Melting. So where's a wetland that we might want to let go? Obviously this has our presence in, so we're not keen to let that go. This would be an ideal place to just leave alone for a bit, so we could remove that blight with Uncanny Melting. I think that's the call. And then we've got Gnawing Root Biters, so we need to actually think about our future here. Yeah, let's remove from there. So, where's the next space where we crowd everyone in? So we've got 2 town pushes and pushing of 3 dudes in towns. This area here is way more population, so I think we need to make one of these into our area. If we push out of here, then we don't have to worry about this incoming build and ravage. So let's push them all into this sand. Let's do that. Marvelous. So push. Well, actually, what I'm talking about, push, just destroy. Not messing around. We can push this town in here. Might have been better the other way around. Okay, so Constancy is asking us what to reclaim. Doesn't matter because we're about to reclaim all, I think. Let me just... Okay, so this Ravage doesn't matter next turn. This Ravage is a 5, which it's in a jungle, so if I put a presence in there and use Dark Entangled, I could defend it. But almost certainly just reclaiming next turn, though, aren't we? We could just let this one go. Oh no, it's a... Oh yeah, we actually want to deal with this. The counterattack will help. Mutter, mutter, mutter. I think we are just reclaiming next turn, so I'll just pick one. Okay, so we are gaining... I mean, you could gain a minor here. Sorry, a major. But I think being able to have playing, big hand, lots of cards is the kind of the ideal way. Okay, Nature's Resilience is amazing. Rain of Blood is another peasant favourite. So, yeah, this is great. This is, if we had fast phase Dahan movement, that would be nice in here, but I'll settle for just defending it. And using my innate somewhere. Like over here would be, yeah, so there's going to be a Ravage, a fight back, a town will be built, we'll push in here, we'll smash in there. Okay, great. So let's go with Resilience. Fast Blight Removal is pretty amazing. So although it doesn't feel absolutely necessary right now, it is pretty nice. Nice thing to have the old toolkit. Okay, so do we actually have... We do have Sand Blight here. It's nice to do this, especially as we can tie it in with using our innate. Yeah, so we need to make sure we defend in here. So let's just play that right now. It's a shame not to be using Dark Entangled Woods, because it's a good amount of fear. Where are we with our cards? A quick check in. So I need 5 fear to get to terror level 3. So it would be good to be just pushing a little bit more, getting a bit more fear going. That would be pretty good. And this might be a slightly off-brand turn. We still don't have the ideal smash with our with all of our powers, if you see what I mean. We don't have a massively built-up land. And this isn't the ideal place to centralize because obviously it's only got 2 adjacent lands. So I think I'm going to go with a slightly off-brand turn. No. We want to use that innate. Let's just put that away. So do it with this. We actually have no use for the wonderful encompassing ward this turn, so we won't use it. And I've just realised actually Flash Floods is kind of good here because we can actually use it to kill this city after the counter. Before we can damage it now, then in the Ravage we can kill the city. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then we can push into here. So we're gonna want Wash Away, and then we're gonna want a 3rd card with yellow on it. So actually Constancy should do it. Oh no. No. Always trying to squeeze a Constancy in there. You just want to squeeze it in. Um, so I'm probably going to have to go with Bounty. It shouldn't sound down in the mouth. Bounty's great as well. Thinking about where we want to set up our Dahan next for a nice counterattack. Obviously, that's going to happen in the slow phase. So we can defend in there, we can flash floods in here, do a damage to the city, and we're spiraling ever downward. Alright, there's no one in here, so I'm going to leave these here because I like having this sacred site. I know it's a bit weird that I've got this sacred site instead of being in here, but as this was potentially a dangerous town, thanks for your card, I didn't want to be wasting my presence by putting it in harm's way. Okay, so we've got counterattack damage here. Let's kill this city. Getting another fear card. Okay, MJ. So we've got the jungle after jungle. This is actually perfect. We don't have to worry about this land here because the ravage will clear up for the build, and we can also wash everyone away from here. So that's worked out okay. So we've got sand. Well, it's a shame no one's bothered to visit in here, so no extra fear for us. But we'll find a way to get past this setback. So we'll just put these guys in here, and this one also is going to clear itself because we've got jungle. I've obviously paid no attention to what's going on over here because I've just been thinking about the big smash. So we're going to have a town build here and then a town build here, but this is okay because we've got nature's resilience, so we're not too worried about this. It's okay. So we'll smash in here. Smash. Okay, we're up to terror level 3, marvelous. So we just need to destroy these 2 cities, and then we are happy as Larry. So one way we can make that happen is, okay, next turn we have a ravage in here, so let's bring some lads over. Oh, I say bring some lads over. I don't have a presence in there. I can't use bounty like that. We'll bring some lads over here. Okay, so they will kill the city on the counterattack. I know it's not ideal because there's blight in there, but we're up to 5 blight on our cards, so we're okay. Oh, I just realised that's really stupid. I just abandoned this tile here. We don't want to do that because that takes care of this area here for us by in the counterattack preventing the build effectively. Okay, and we don't have a massively built up land here. We are just trying to kill the city. So it's kind of almost a fallow turn here. They've got these jungles, there's no one in here, there is this here, but we can actually immediately clean it up with Uncanny Melting if we want to. So I think maybe that's what we do, and we go for just thinking about what we're doing in the future. We're actually running out of game. We don't really have the ability to do much in the fast phase. So what we could be thinking about is setting up to kill these cities next turn. Well, actually, we could. Can we get our innate going in here? Not with these cards. We've got too much off-brand nonsense. We could reclaim and just go after this. Yeah, I think that's worthwhile because then we can also push this, smash that. Yeah, I think we are going to reclaim. And again, going to go with a miner because I love them miners. Yellow Song of Sanctity is awful, worst blight removal, but does have reasonable icons for us, and there is blight we want to get rid of. So I am going to go unusual for me. I really dislike Song of Sanctity. Okay, so we are going to clean up the mess. We are going to. I mean, we could just be cleaning up. We could just spend all turn just kind of cleaning. That's a valid way to spend your time. We just want to destroy this city. That's all we want. Oh yeah, we actually need to. Let's actually do that then, shall we? So we want to flash floods on this, and then use the rest of our innate in there. So we need a couple more blueies. We'll keep encompassing ward for a turn because we're not actually going to use it this turn. So obviously we just bounty. We can Song of Sanctity as well. And and all we're short now is a mountain. So as we're going to smash in here, there's going to be nothing in there. There is going to be a town in there. So we could just use root biters because they're cheap to push the town. And we've got tier 3. Okay, this is fine. So flash floods in here. Just put damage on the city. Now there. Okay, we are diminishing. This is the other problem with the reclaim loop, of course, is that you are you're not placing any presence really. Each player removes an explorer or town. Okay, thanks for your card. Each player removes a explorer or town from any land. Okay, so these jungles are obsoleting themselves anyway. This is about to get destroyed. This is also in trouble, so we'll get rid of that guy. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we want to uncanny melt somewhere. We don't actually have any sand to uncanny melt from, so... And we've got Song of Sanctity. So this is why Song of Sanctity is terrible, because an explorer has just shown up in there. So now I wouldn't be able to remove this blight. But it's okay. It's okay. So, so we can Gnawing Root Biters in here. Push this guy in there. I could Song of Sanctity in there. Okay, it's not awful. Because again, we've got this Ravage build thing, so this land is just not something to think about. Okay, we're now up to 6 on there. We've got our big innate, so we'll just do that. So there's only one city left on the map now. And River's Bounty, let's just bring these guys into the action because they're not really doing anything. Right, so we don't have fast phase damage to destroy this city. But we are actually, we're running out of time. So they will die on the Ravage though, as long as I defend in there. So let's do that then. Let's do that. Let's just gratuitously place some presence around the place. And we get a card back. Doesn't matter. So resilience is enough to do it in the Ravage phase. So as you can see, I am not trying to get the highest score ever. That's not really how I roll. But that should be it done. And there it is, those cities, Terror 3. So that was Prussia 3, that was River, and I've been Peasant. Thanks for watching, and yeah, feel free to like and subscribe and those things. Really appreciate it. Makes me feel like I should keep doing these. So yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll catch you next time.